So tomorrow is the Bad Batch Season 2 Episode 6, Tribe. As always, you can expect my full breakdown and review, but today we have some very exciting news indeed. The second round of guests have been announced for Star Wars Celebration in London. Hayden Christensen, Katee Sackhoff, James Arnold Taylor, Dennis Lawson and Mads Mikkelsen. Now Hayden being there is exciting in and of itself, but I would predict he's almost certainly there to promote the Ahsoka show, and so I wouldn't be surprised if Rosario Dawson, Natasha Liu and others were to be announced very soon, and we'll talk about some of the others in a moment, but one of the huge actors is Mads Mikkelsen. He played Galen Erso in Rogue One, and his brother Lars is rumoured to play Thrawn in Ahsoka. He voiced him in Star Wars Rebels. Now imagine if both Mikkelsens appear on stage together. What if Lars is a surprise appearance? But when it comes to Mads, I don't think it's a coincidence. It should be said he is starring in Indiana Jones 5, and that too is a Lucasfilm property, so he could be there to promote it, but I'm gonna theorise he's there to also promote Andor Season 2, which is currently filming here in the UK. I think it makes total sense for Galen to appear in Season 2, and Tony Gilroy did tease that more Rogue One characters are in the second season than the first. There are a few years of Galen's life between Andor and Rogue One where we know very little. We do know vaguely what he was up to, but not the specifics. We know he was part of a research team for the Death Star and involved in the Tarkin Initiative, an Imperial think tank. There, he was responsible for the fusing of crystal shards into larger forms, and he dealt with the creation and redirection of control chain reactions as the head of the Kyber Crystal research team. He deliberately helped the rebels by creating a fatal weakness at the center of the space station. This was in the form of a reactor module. Any pressurized explosion to the component would set off a chain reaction that would destroy the station. Hoping that his daughter Jyn was still alive and well and safe from Krennic, Galen codenamed the Death Star plans Stardust, the name he called Jyn as a child. Now, another wonderful appearance at Star Wars Celebration is Dennis Lawson, Ewan McGregor's uncle, who famously played Wedge Antilles in the original trilogy and The Rise of Skywalker. Every time he's been at events and cons, he's always been blown away at just how many fans love his work and his character. And a couple of years ago, when we were talking about Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron, a lot of fans speculated he could appear in that film as a mentor with Poe Dameron to younger X-Wing fighters, a post-Rise of Skywalker type of thing. And that could still happen. And a question to you guys, are you going to be attending Star Wars Celebration? Let me know in the comments down below. I will be there myself. In other Andor news, Diego Luna finally arrived in the UK to continue filming on Andor Season 2. This comes exclusive from Bespin Bulletin, who this morning confirmed Diego Luna is back in London. He's not been here in a number of weeks, but now he's back and he's filming his scenes. This is so exciting. Now I want to talk a little bit about Katee Sackhoff being there. We assume based on The Mandalorian Season 3 and Ahsoka being out this year, that other cast members from the Mandoverse are going to be there too. Hayden Christensen being one of them, because he's going to be Anakin's Force Ghost, Anakin in flashbacks, and Darth Vader in flashbacks. But with Katee in particular, her attendance at Celebration falls in line with week 6 of Mando Season 3, so chapter 22, and based on some of the rumours and reports, she'll be in the process of uniting Mandalore to become their leader. Could this be the opportunity for a showcase of her character, if by that point in the season, we've already seen the story heading there? And could Celebration also be an opportunity to announce a Bo-Katan spin-off series, and the next stages of the Mandoverse, something that's been rumoured for a long time? And with Ghost Track 17 being the codename of an upcoming Mandoverse show, Celebration is the perfect place to promote it and tell us what it is. Ghost Track 17 is a reference to the hidden track on the Beatles' Abbey Road album titled Her Majesty, which in the case of The Mandalorian, alludes to the ruler of Mandalore, which is rumoured to be Bo-Katan. And of course, it'll be great to see James Arnold Taylor, the animated voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hopefully, he gets to do more with the character in the future. Let's wait and see. And so now, my dear friends, with the Bad Batch Season 2 Episode 6 dropping tomorrow, I want to talk about the season on the whole, because while a lot of fans are excited, there are also those who are underwhelmed. Is the Bad Batch Season 2 in the first 6 episodes suffering from an identity crisis and from structural problems? Because while individual episodes have been somewhat fun and entertaining, overall, there's been no cohesion in the storytelling. Now, right from the word go, the Bad Batch established itself as a natural continuation of the Clone Wars. From the animation animation style to the Adventure of the Week storytelling and themes, it brought a sense of familiarity, but this doesn't work in season 2, because in many ways, the story is stagnant, it's not moving in the way we expected, and I do understand it's a long season, we do have to be patient, but for many fans season 2 is not giving us substance that leaves us hungry for the next episode, not in the same way that season 1 did. And look, I will acknowledge that the character development has been there for individual members, and episode 3 The Solitary Clone was by far the best for this, but for many viewers the themes we were promised and witnessed in the first season have been watered down significantly. Episode 5 Entombed may have had some great callbacks to the ancients, as well as allusions to Indiana Jones and other properties, but it didn't leave any craving for what's next, especially knowing episode 6 is a separate adventure once again that doesn't connect to any of the previous ones. This can be very frustrating. Now, when it came to the Clone Wars, audiences never knew what they were in for. Every episode was separate. It could be focusing on the tragedies of war, politics, Jedi adventures. It could be lighthearted with Jar Jar Binks, and every season had a mix. They're trying the same thing with the Bad Batch Season 2, but it just doesn't work in the same way. The magic of the Bad Batch Season 1 was that it followed the Batch on their chronological journey for survival after the Clone Wars, but this season lacks the purpose the first one had. Fragmented episodes with Mission of the Week style, without really getting anywhere, and this means we have to wait for season 2 to find its pace, and I know some fans will say it's just entertainment, enjoy the journey, not every episode has to be meaningful, and I do get this, but so far, despite a few hints that Sid is untrustworthy, developing Crosshair, Cody and Omega, the season has not felt warranted. That's just my opinion though. I am enjoying it, there are some amazing things, but I just wish it could move forward a little bit. I'm hoping episode 6 will deliver. We don't really know what episode 6 is going to be about, but based on the name Tribe, I would wager that this is going to be the Kashyyyk episode, that we see Gungi, Tarful, who started a rebellion on Kashyyyk, and they get an unfortunate visit by Trandoshan thugs. Don't get me wrong though guys, I'm very hopeful for the rest of season 2. I'm sure it's going to pick up, I'm sure it's going to have much more intricate plot threads, I'm excited for the politics on Coruscant, but right now, it's just been a bit slow. Now the reviewers did say that, and they also mentioned when all of the season is out, there is much more of a plot thread when you watch all of the episodes back to back, instead of having to wait a week for each one, but also bear in mind, next week is the mid-season double episode, so I'm very hopeful. But what do you guys think? Share your thoughts in the comments down below of everything we spoke about. Are you excited for Star Wars Celebration? Even if you're not going, all of the news that could come out of it. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. May the Force be with you always. The brilliance of Nemik is that he was able to get inside the head of the Empire, and in a way, he did the bravest thing in deconstructing their schemes and goals, and all the components therein. He took a good look at all of the parts that make up the ugly oppression, and he analysed every part of it. Only then could he truly construct his manifesto. Nemik realised that the oppression of the Empire was brittle. He saw the weakness therein.